For a while, the whole city was discussing this grand wedding. But no one knows who the hero and heroine of the wedding are. Charlie drove the BMW 520 modified from the BMW 760 and returned home with his wife. On the way, Claire was still immersed in great happiness and couldn't help herself from overthinking about all that happened in the last few hours. She couldn't help but ask Charlie, "How did you reserve the Sky Garden? It seems that there has never been a private reservation before, right?" Charlie smiled slightly and said, "To be honest, a senior executive in Shangri-La is a good friend of mine from the orphanage. We used to have a hard time together. I will share half-steamed bun with him, so this time I begged him for help and he was very interesting." Claire nodded slightly. "It turns out to be like this, why haven't I heard you talk about it?" Charlie said, "There are too many friends in the orphanage, and I can't finish talking for 3 days and 3 nights. I thought you didn't like listening to this, so I never mentioned." Claire said earnestly, "You are my husband. I am naturally very interested in what you have done before, and I really want to know." Charlie smiled and said, "Then I will tell you more. It is good." Back in the community, Charlie drove the car downstairs. Just parked the car and got off with Claire, just in time to meet the father-in-law and mother-in-law walking back. The mother-in-law saw them and immediately exclaimed, "Of course, where did this BMW come from?" When the father-in-law saw this car, his eyes shone. "Oh, BMW. Of course, you bought it new? A big deal." Claire hurriedly said, "Dad, Mom. I didn't buy the car, it was Charlie." "Charlie?" Father-in-law frowned and asked, "Charlie, where did you get the money to buy this car? Did you use our house money?" Charlie hurriedly said, "No, Dad, I bought this with my own money." The mother-in-law on the side took the father-in-law around the car and said, "Huh. Eat and live with us every day, save money to buy a BMW and don't know how to honor us, what a white-eyed wolf." Claire hurriedly said, "Mom, don't say that about Charlie." The father-in-law's voice was jealous. "Ha, you still bought a BMW 520, at Charlie's level, worthy of such a good car? Buying a BMW 3 Series is not enough for him?" The mother-in-law said coldly, "I'm telling you, your dad doesn't have a car yet. Half of his body is about to fall into the soil. If you don't let him enjoy it, I'm afraid he won't be able to enjoy it in the future either." With that, the mother-in-law said angrily, "Well, give this car to your dad." Claire looked at Charlie and asked tentatively, "Charlie, do you think it's okay?" Charlie thought, "Yes, but this is not the BMW 520, this is the 760. To be honest, the old husband is just a tight-handed sling, and he is not favored by the Lady Wilson. For him, 760 is too wasteful." Thinking of this, he hurriedly complimented, "Oh, Dad, this is the BMW 520, the last model in the BMW 5 Series, nicknamed the beggar version. If you drive this car out, you will be laughed at." Mother-in-law twisted her eyebrows. "What? Are you reluctant to give this away?" Charlie hurriedly waved his hand. No, how can I be reluctant? I can't let you drive a beggar version. Otherwise, this 520 will not be given to you, I will buy you a 530. The 530 is one step higher than the 520, so you have face when you drive out." The mother-in-law frowned and asked, "Do you have money to buy 530? Charlie said, "I only paid a down payment for this car, and I still have some money in my hand. Don't worry, I will buy you a car early tomorrow morning." As soon as the father-in-law and mother-in-law heard that Charlie would buy them a better one tomorrow, the two immediately laughed. The father-in-law did not know that what he had missed was a top-notch BMW 760. Claire was a little worried. After returning to the room and washing up, she quietly asked Charlie, "Do you still have money to buy a car? I still have some private money here, or you can take it and use it for purchase." Charlie hurriedly waved his hand. "No, I'm still a little bit more useful." Claire apologized and said, "I'm really sorry, I didn't expect my parents to be like this." Charlie smiled and said, "What are you talking about? Your father and your mother are also my father and mother. We are all a family, and it is right to honor them." With that said, Charlie lay on his small floor and smiled. "Don't worry, I will buy another one tomorrow morning." Claire said, moved. "Charlie, thank you." Charlie laughed. "What are you polite with me about, wife?" Claire asked him with a blushing face. "Will you not be cold at night when you sleep on the ground?" Charlie blurted out, "No, it's not cold at all, don't worry, it's all right." Claire suddenly groaned. "If it's not cold, just fall asleep." Pighead. Finally, she wanted him to sleep in the bed, but this pighead turned out to be so bad. Charlie suddenly realized at this moment that he seemed to have accidentally missed something. So he hurriedly said, "Oh my wife, it's so cold on the ground, it makes me shiver." Claire said angrily, "If it's cold, add a quilt."